What does a deer react to when you shoot at him? When they move before the arrow gets there, what's causing that? Let's study it. Okay, so most people believe that there are three things that could be happening when a deer gets shot at. The sound of the bow going off, the immediate sound of the snap of the bow. That could be part of it, especially if you're a crossbow shooter. They're pretty loud. And then you can hear the compounds up close too. So the sound of the bow going off. The vision, I'm going to have the camera facing the arrow coming towards them. The only way a deer can really see the arrow coming towards them is if they're looking that direction. A lot of times you're shooting at a deer and it's looking at you. So that could be a factor. They could see that luminoc coming towards them. But more times than not, I believe it's the sound of that arrow. If you've ever been downrange of an arrow as it whizzes by you, they make some racket. But I've never had one shot at me to see what it sounded like. So that's what we're doing today. What I got today, what I want to do is, I've got a 3D target set up. I've got a tripod right beside it. I'm going to set my camera on the tripod, shoot the target from different yardages, and see what the sounds and the vision looks like, and then see if we get see what kind of results we get. I'm not a scientist by no means. I'm just curious, wondering what happens when we do this and see what comes out of it. So y'all stay tuned. Here we go. We're gonna go 20, 40, 60, and 80 yards and see how much difference it makes in the sound of the bow and the sound of the arrow. My prediction is the sound of the arrow will be constant. I think you're going to pick it up and hear it about the same time, no matter what the distance is. So I don't know how much difference it makes, but just for your information, I'll be shooting out of a 75-pound, 34-inch arc, Mathews arc. These are my hunting arrows with the lighted nock. These weigh 350 grains on the nose. You're shooting a field point. I'm not shooting broadheads at my target. And I realize that can make a difference in the noise, but for this test, the noise will be consistent. These vanes are the Boning X3s, and it is a 4-fletch, the small 4-fletch. I don't think they're the quietest, but that's what I've been shooting. They steer my mechanicals. I shoot G3s, dead meats and mega meats, and I have no problems with them steering. So this is my hunting arrow. It is going 325 feet per second. So if there should be some wind noise, it should be on something that fast. So let's see what happens. This is a lighted nock. I realize it's not dark or close to dark, and that may play a difference on a deer's vision, but I think it's more reaction to the sound, my personal self, because a lot of times I've shot at deer with their heads in the grass and they physically can't see it before it hits them, and they still react before. So I think a lot of it is in the hearing. So let's test this, see what happens. All right, you're at the deer's head level now. I'll be shooting just to the right here at the kill zone. This test is from 20 yards. All right, it's a perfect kill shot. It is a lighted nock, 20 yards. Moving back to 40, so double the distance. Let's see how much difference it is in the noise. All right, that was 40. Lighted nock. Different shot in a different spot on the target. Still in the kill zone. All right, now this is going to be 60. All right, I'm really curious about this. I think the results are going to be the same pretty much every shot. And the further you go back, you're just not going to hear the bow anymore. That's my prediction. Okay. All right, that was 60. Little low. Perfect kill shot. Going back to 80. Okay, that was 80. I'll take that all day long. All right, should we do 100? I think all these results are gonna be the same, but we'll do 100 just to be sure. 100 yards. Good Lord. Okay. That is 100. Kill shot. All right, that's 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. That's 5 shots. I'm excited. Let's go. Let's review. Let's review the footage and see. Put them back to back to back and see what they sound like. Well, watching them back to back like that, to me, it's kind of obvious. You can see the lighted knock more than I thought. That you can get a glimpse of that green coming at it every shot. But you pick it up and the sound up about the same time, from what I can tell, on every shot. You hear a little faint when the bow goes off at the longer distance, but then you don't. It's silence until about the same spot to me. Let me know what y'all think about this. I really believe the deer are reacting to the sound of the bow, because they might see if they're looking that direction. If they're looking at you, they may see a luminance coming at the, and be able to react a split second. But I think that's why you get a further reaction time, a worse reaction time at 40 yards than you do at 20. 20, they don't really have time to react a whole lot. It's the sound of the bow and the time it hits them is so fast. At 40, they can hear the bow pretty good, but they have a little bit longer before the arrow gets there, and they have a little bit more time. That's why so many deer get missed at 40 yards. That's a critical yardage. But then at 60 and beyond, I don't think they hear the bow as well. You hear a little faint. Now, unless you're shooting a crossbow. If you're shooting a crossbow, yeah, I don't think you need to even try this, because they're going to hear that bow go off most of the time, because it sounds like a 22 going off. But with the compound bows, they don't have that loud noise. So I believe guys can get away as long as they have confidence in their shot, the deer's relaxed, and they have enough kinetic energy to get through a deer, or at least get in them good enough to kill them. And that may be unethical or whatever, but if you practice for it and you can do it consistently, I don't believe that's unethical. So there you go. There's my 2 cents. This is what I got from this study. Let me know what you think. I know this is not scientific. I don't have any gadgets or doodads and all that to be able to get y'all, get perfect scientific information. But this is something I hadn't seen anybody do. So I thought it was kind of neat to try. Let me know what you think.